Hello students, welcome to another session under the Medcast Academy. I'm very excited to take you through today's session, which is in obstetrics, and we are going to look at a compulsory essay question, which is talking about malaria. So let's dive into it. So the question is saying, Mrs. Chela, gravida 4, para 3, G4, P3 is brought to your health center with complaints of severe headache, vomiting, fever for the past 3 days. She is currently 30 weeks pregnant. A diagnosis of malaria in pregnancy is made, and she is admitted for further management. Question A is saying define malaria 5%. B, explain the process of embryological development 25%. C, identify 5 nursing problems related to Mrs. Chela's condition, which is malaria, and develop a nursing care plan to manage Mrs. Chela. D, state 5 effects of malaria in pregnancy. So for today's session, we are going to concentrate on question B, which says explain the process of embryological development 25%. So as I was mentioned, that it's always important for you to read through the scenario and understand so that you know where the questions are coming from. So here, their focus is on the effects of malaria on pregnancy, which includes the effects on the embryo, okay, on the embryological development. Hence, the question which was brought on B, which says explain the process of embryological development. So going ahead to answer the question, you need to indicate with a clear heading as you are writing your essay. So we are going to say the process of embryological development. Best way to write it, this heading, we are going to use capital letters, or you can use small letters and underline it. Then going further in the process, we would first define what embryonical development is, of which we are going to say this is the process by which a single fertilized cell, a zygote at this point, transforms into a complex multicellular organism. It occurs in a series of well-organized stages, of which these stages now is the process they are asking about. But it's best to introduce your essay or your writing with a brief introduction, which in this case will be just the definition of embryological development, and you mentioning to say it occurs in a series of well-organized stages. So the stage 1 is fertilization, of which all of us we know that fertilization occurs when a sperm cell fuses with an ovum, an egg, to form a zygote, which contains a complete set of chromosomes. At this stage, when the set are complete, it's a diploid. So this marks the beginning of a new organism. That's under fertilization. Then the second stage is cleavage, cell division. Once fertilization takes place, rapid mitotic divisions without growth in size takes place. This now produces smaller cells called blastomeres. This leads to the formation of a morula. A morula is simply a solid ball of cells. Are you following, students? Okay, let's go to the third stage, which is the blasturation. Blasturation. So under blasturation, those cells, okay, in a morula, reorganize into a blastula. okay, or a blastocyst in human beings. Then, in that blastocyst, a cavity called blastocore forms, okay, and differentiation begins at this stage, okay, which is the stage of blasturation, okay. The inner cell mass is formed, which becomes the embryo later on, and the trophoblast, which contributes to the development of the placenta, is also formed in this stage. Moving on to the fourth stage, which is gracturation. In this stage now, okay, from the inner cell mass we talked about, okay, three germ layers are formed, okay, which is the ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. So these layers are the one which will now establish the body plans or the body systems, of which under ectoderm we know that this is where the skin, the nervous system is going to come from. Then under mesoderm, muscles, bones, the greater system is going to come from. Then under endoderm, we have the internal organs, the digestive system, the respiratory system. Okay, so looking at the number of marks, I'm not going to dwell much, okay, as we explain these stages. So the explanation I'm giving, they are quite enough looking at the allocation of marks. Moving on to the fifth stage, which is the stage of neuration. The stage of neuration, this stage now, we are going to talk about how the neural tube is formed. So the neural tube, okay, which develops into the brain and the spinal cord, is formed under the neuration stage. Okay, the if you want to talk more about the formation of the neural stage, you can say you can even mention the neural cells which migrate to form various tissues at a later stage. So now we move on to the sixth stage, which is the last stage, which is the stage of organogenesis. So under this stage, the germ layers which we talked about, the ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm, okay, differentiate into organs and systems. And major structures like the heart, the limbs, and the ears begin to form. And now the embryo gradually takes on a recognizable human shape. In summary, we talked of the embryological development, which we defined, then the stages which takes place during the embryological development is fertilization, cleavage, blasturation, gastrulation, neuration, and the organogenesis. Thank you very much for joining us on this session, which was a very exciting session. For those who wish to join our academy, which is the Medicus Academy, you can hit me up on WhatsApp, then add you to our WhatsApp group, or you can join our Facebook page, which is Medicus Academy Zambia, or you can follow us on YouTube for more videos like this. Thank you very much.